They're asking the ref what's left. He's looking at the watch. He's played 1 minute of injury time. He's looking. This could be the last kick of the game, and it's a draw, I would say. Yes, it is. A draw. Donegal 2-5, Armagh 1-8. When Donegal came back from the dead. And so it'll presumably be a visit to Armagh next Sunday. And there goes more championship disruption in Donegal. And so Donegal relieved, presumably, to have come out of that with a draw.
The result of the minor game just ended there is Donegal 2-5, Armagh 1-8, a draw.
And it was the substitutions. It was Stephen McKelvey being hugged there by Sean Ward, the vice chairman of the minor board, and Luke Brennan, whom we think got the goal. There's Jimmy White shaking the hand of some of the Armagh mentors. A very clean sporting game on the whole. Peter Loughran, of course, is one of the Armagh mentors, a former star himself. And so that's the minor game. The senior game will follow in about 15 minutes.
Tonight, Sultar versus Glenfin at 6:45 p.m. in Castlefin. And on Tuesday night, McCumhaill v Downing at 8 p.m. And next Thursday night, it's Red Hughes v Dunfanilly, also at 8 p.m. That's the Sunday Harbour tournament in Castlefin. Now, tickets as well. Now at this stage we know that there is just one definite change from the official programme for the senior game. It's on the Donegal team. Out through injury is number 5, Martin Shovlin. And in his place comes number 17, Eamon Breslin. So if you look at your official programme, you can make the change. Martin Shovlin from the Neve Olsen Club is out through injury at number 5, and in comes Eamon Breslin from St. Norrell's, number 17. Also in the substitute, out through injury are Ewan Gallagher from Meru Ballyshannon and Sean Travers from Meath Bree. And into the substitute panel comes John Conaghan, who will be wearing number 22.
The quarter-final of the Ulster Senior Football Championship. The quarter-final of the Ulster Senior Football Championship in McCumhaill Park, Ballybofey, between Armagh, who have taken the field, and Donegal. The Armagh team today is in goals Brian McAlinden, their long-serving goalkeeper. The full-back line on the right, Vinnie Loughran of KD. Full-back Thomas Cassidy of Crossmaglen Rangers. Left-back, another Rangers man, Aidan Short. The half-back line on the right, Brian Canavan of Carrickcruppen. In the centre, Kieran McNally of St. Paul's. And on the left, Peter Rafferty of Grange. Middle of the field, Martin McQuillan of St. Patrick's and Kieran McGurk of Sarsfields. The half-forward line, Neil Smith of Mullaghbawn, Paul Grimley of Pearsogue, and on the left, Martin Toy of Mahary. Here come Donegal. The Armagh full forward line will be Ger Houlihan of Pearsogue and the two Crossmaglen men, Joe Kiernan and Jim McConville. The new look Donegal team, with only 7 of last year's championship team on duty today. In goals, Michael Kelly from Four Masters. The full-back line, Tommy McDermott of Irua, Sean Boner of Narossa and Des Newton of Urris. The half-back line, Eamon Breslin of St. Knowles, Corny Carr of Four Masters and Matt Gallagher of Ballintra. Middle of the field, Anthony Malloy of Ardara and Sylvester Maguire of Irua Ballyshannon. The half-forward line, Declan Boner of Narossa, brother of Shan's, Joyce McMullen of Four Masters and Martin McHugh of Ardara of Kilcar. And the full forward line, Manus Boyle of Killybegs, Brendan Dunleavy of Sean McCool's and Kieran Keeney of Ardara. This is the 11th championship meeting of Donegal and Armagh. It's their 5th meeting in the 80s. In 81 Armagh won, in 82 Armagh won, in 83 Donegal won here and went on to win the Ulster Championship. In 84 Armagh won. From the 82 Donegal men have played in all 4. This is their 5th successive game. In front of us is the St Mary's Band Convoy, the All-Ireland Fleadhh Cheoil Champions. As I was saying, Brendan Dunleavy and Kieran Keeney will be playing their 5th championship match against Armagh in the 1980s. They're the only 2 who have played in the whole 5 games. As we say, New Look Donegal team. In the middle of the field, Seamus Murray the referee, Father Sean Hegarty the Armagh team manager. New Look Donegal team with only 7 of last year's championship team. Gone are Gary Welsh, Michael Carr, Ewan McIntyre, Michael Lafferty, Marty Carlin, Donal Reid, Charlie Mulgrew and Leslie McGettigan. The remaining ones are Tommy McDermott, Des Newton, Matt Gallagher, Brendan Dunleavy, Anthony Malloy, Joyce McMullen and Martin McHugh. 5 Donegal men who have never played senior championship football before. Michael Kelly, Eamon Breslin, Corny Carr, Declan Boner and Manus Boyle.
Midfield, Martin McCullen and Kieran McGowan. Forward line, Niall Smith, Paul Brumley and Martin Coy. The full forward line, Jared Houlihan, Joe Kieran and Jim McCumhaill. There is one change on the Donegal line from the official programme, and it's the right half back. Out through injury is Martin Coughlin, and in comes number 17, Eamon Breslin. The also 2 teams in the sub, as Sean Travers and Ewan Gallagher are also out through injury, and John Conaghan comes in wearing number 22, and Tommy Ryan number 23. And this is the Donegal line out. In goes Michael Kelly, Four Masters. Right corner back, Tommy McDermott, Irua. Centre half back, Sean Bowen, Narossa. And left corner back, Des Newton from Ulster.
And so the team captains, Brian McAlinden of Armagh and Brendan Dunleavy, Donegal's long-serving player, now team captain. And deservingly so. Brendan, who has served Donegal for so many years in the half-back line, now full forward. Armagh have won the toss and will play into the Finn in the first half. It's championship football, it's 35 minutes aside.
The full forward line is on the right, Manus Boyle, Killybegs.
And so across here, Brian McAlinden giving the team list to one of the Armagh officials, Brian, who's been playing championship football for Armagh since 1976.
And the referee for the game is Seamus Murray from Monaghan.
Francie Cunningham, the treasurer there of the Donegal board, and of course Donal Reid, one of the Donegal men, out through injury. Ewan Natch Gallagher down there as well, out through injury. Reid and Ewan would be out through injury. Other people out because of the strict disciplinary approach being taken by the Donegal team manager Tom Conaghan. A huge crowd here in Sean McCumhaill Park, the far side absolutely packed. The standing side on this side very full as well. A very, very large crowd coming. Donegal on a bit of a high, of course, after the under-21. And there is Joe Kieran, one of the great heroes of Armagh football, an all-star away back in 1977, and still playing and still the thorn of many, many Ulster sides. Joe Kieran from Crossmaglen Rangers. Crossmaglen Rangers, the county champions, but then demoted to Division 2 of the Armagh League. Unusually, they say, for county champions, having 4 men on this team today. Declan Boner there, a rare occasion with 2 brothers playing on the Donegal Championship team, Declan and his brother Sean. Beside him there, Manus Boyle, one of the heroes of last Sunday, who got the equalising point. There's Kieran Keeney, one of the other long servants of Donegal football, back again this year. Kieran, who scored many decisive goals. And of course, the man himself, Martin Bag McHugh, and other Donegal men, Sean Boner there. Brian McAlinden, the Armagh full-back, is Thomas Cassidy. Left-back, Aidan Short. Half-back line then, Bren Canavan. In the centre, back from Canada, is Kieran McNally, and on the left, long-serving Peter Rafferty. Middle of the field, Martin McQuillan, and the man in the blue gloves, Kieran McGurk. He's taken off the gloves now. Neil Smith. In the centre then, of the centre half forward, is Paul Grimley, and left half forward on the Armagh team, Martin Toy, who played a very short Ulster Championship game at one stage in his career. Ger Houlihan, and then Joe Kieran, and top of the left, Jim McConville, looking very small there beside Big Joe, both of them from the Crossmaglen Rangers club. Going across to the Donegal side, leading the team, Brendan Dunleavy of Sean McCool's, one of the greatest servants. Michael Kelly in today for Noel McCool. Tommy McDermott from Irua. Looking around is Sean Boner from the Rossa. Des Newton from Urris. Eamon Breslin drafted in the last minute from the St. Noel club. Number 6, Corny Carr, 4 Masters. The big questions about the Donegal half-back line. They're waiting for the band to move. It's going to move now. There's number 8, Sylvester Maguire. Behind him, Joyce McMullen. Anthony Malloy with his knee heavily bandaged. Declan Boner there. Joyce McMullen pushing him. And Martin McHugh behind, gloves intact. Manus Boyle behind that. And then the full forward. Well, they seem to disappear after that. Brendan Dunleavy, of course, being the full forward. And Kieran Keeney now running onto the field. I think we missed Matt Gallagher there. Matt, who seems to have been put on a wee bit of weight in recent months. Armagh have won 7 Ulster Senior Football Championship titles, but they haven't won since '82. 4 survivors of the '82 team here today. Brian McAlinden, Peter Rafferty, Aidan Short, who was a forward then, and Joe Kieran, who was a sub in the '82 final but did come on. Donegal, 3 Ulster titles, 72, 74 and '83. From that '83 team that beat Cavan, we have 7 survivors here. Des Newton, Brendan Dunleavy, Martin McHugh, Kieran Keeney, Tommy McDermott, Anthony Malloy and Joyce McMullen. This match is being attended by the president of Cumann Class Scale, Michael Loftus, Dr. Michael Loftus, and here in the press book, of course, in Ballybofey, representatives of Radio na Gaeltachta, of RTE, of Radio Ulster and of all the national dailies, because this is one of the big championship matches of the day. Across on the far side as the teams march in front of the town goal, we can see that every available space in McCumhaill Park is being taken up here. The number 17 there, of course, is Eamon Breslin. Eamon coming in as a last-minute replacement for the injured Martin Shovlin. And Eamon, of course, playing his first championship game for Donegal. As is the number 1 there in the blue, Michael Kelly, the goalkeeper in the 1982 All-Ireland Under-21 victory and one of the 3 Four-Masters men on this team. 10 clubs represented here today on the Donegal team, with Four-Masters having 3, Irua 2 and Ardara 2. And the Ross, of course, the 2 brothers. A fair sprinkling of clubs on the Armagh team as well. Brian McAlinden is from the Sarsfields. Vinnie Loughran from KD, the 4 Crossmaglen men. Brian Canavan from Carrickcruppen. Kieran McNally, St. Paul's. Peter Rafferty of Grange. Martin McQuillan, St. Pat's. Kieran McGurk is another Sarsfields man. Neil Smith from Mullaghbawn. Paul Grimley and Jared Houlihan from Pearsog. And Martin Toy from Mahary. And so the Convoy Band comes over towards us here now in a lovely spectacle here, and it should be a lovely spectacle throughout if the rain stays away. As you can see in a minute, maybe in the background, there is an overcast sky behind the trees there that grow along the banks of the Finn. Armagh will be playing into the Finn in the first half. It is, I suppose, in ways an unfamiliar enough Armagh team. Many of the old faces of the 70s have gone. Gone are Pete Fram McMahon, gone's Paddy Moriarty, gone is Colin McKinstry, gone is Jim McCarr, gone is Joey Donnelly. But many others of them have plenty of championship experience. Seamus Murray of Monaghan is the ref. Agus again, no made Oran Navian.
And now your attention for Oran Navian.
Minus the breed of oil, a type dimmer, and on 3 days of speaking of Convoy, or some more wine hosta or a murrention, and just an oil to a catcher, score that your punch of lamb to come with each other, decent shin, and fat big ear like a dual, and just a foreign year for store with your pain of a skilly. Chin past another in a reach, and just pass a shirt or a cuckoo wire and reach a hugging, decent shin and fat doable, and with the canish the head on a hammer, and the economy at the skilly. We're on the Vienna Henneman shop, while playing the fool people had. You're back in a rail of who's the horror and figure show. When catching your water being like the walkman, windshield toss, and your name wheel show therapy. A spud wheel full of therapy, and they put on their water, a gimmer to shot, a fool, the homer. Shin, a gimmer to shot.
The 4 midfielders will be Sylvester Maguire and Anthony Malloy. Martin McQuillan and Kieran McGurk. Anthony Malloy will be clearly identifiable with his bandage around the knee. And already they're moving about, ready for the conflict. Declan Boner and Brian Canavan moving along there. It seems already that there are switches and changes. Aidan Short seems to be going to mark Martin McHugh. Aidan Short, who played in the forward line, Sigerson medals, and it's Aidan Short and McHugh.
Aidan Short, number 4, is out. Martin McHugh, and Peter Rafferty, number 7, is in at left corner back.
And clear over, and Donegal first to break away. Joyce McMullen is pushed in the back, and it's a free for Donegal. And so Kieran McNally concedes the first free kick there. It will be taken maybe by Matt Gallagher. Martin McHugh is going to come out. It's nearly on the halfway line. It certainly would be ambition taken to a great limit altogether if Martin was going to try to point this 70-yard free. But here we go. She won't go all the way, and it breaks right in there to the midfielder Kieran McGurk. McGurk back to Martin, back McHugh. McHugh and Short. McHugh takes on Short. Foul by Short. Free in. First round. And as you can see, Martin McHugh today, no bandages. In fine fettle, though he had a shoulder injury in recent times. Martin McHugh takes the kick, but doesn't point it, and it's taken on the goal line there, and out come Armagh, and it comes to the right back, Vinnie Loughran. Vinnie Loughran to Joyce McMullen. Joyce trying to make up his mind, takes the shot, going across, but it's a poor shot from Joyce, and the ball has gone wide. And so panic stations early on as Vinnie Loughran gave a bad pass there, intercepted by Joyce, who had the chance but didn't take it. So Donegal, you may say, have wasted 2 chances in the first couple of minutes of the game, in the first 90 seconds of the game. Brian McAlinden will take another kick out, his first in this year's championship. Up goes McQuillan. McQuillan takes it clean. McQuillan still going. He takes the shot. Will it come to Michael Kelly? Good start for Kelly to his senior championship career. And it's Martin McHugh and Aidan Short, and they're going to stick close to one another. McHugh towards Manus Boyle. Manus gets the better of Vinnie Loughran. Manus still has the ball. He's shoulder there, out over the line by Kieran McGurk. Manus doesn't like it, but Kieran did the job. Was it a shoulder? Was it not? It's going to be Vinnie Loughran from Katie. A lot of pushing and pushing off the ball. Vinnie taking this one. Down they go. Matt Gallagher going up there, but Matt is going up on top of Neil Smith, and it's a free for Armagh. Conceded by Matt Gallagher there. Seamus Murray, the referee from Monaghan, leaving the ball down, and taking the kick will be Kieran McGurk, now from the Sarsfields club. Once from Kildress, and he has the opportunity of giving Armagh the lead with this free kick. And Kieran McGurk. No, it's gone to the left. Will it go wide? No, up they go in there for it. It's a Donegal man coming out with it. Tommy McDermott. Tommy McDermott getting it out towards Declan Boner, but Declan will hardly make it. And it went off an Armagh hand, and it's a line ball for Donegal. Tommy McDermott himself will take the free. Tommy, who played against Armagh 3 times before in the championship. Towards the far side, but a poor kick for Donegal by Tommy McDermott, and Peter Rafferty will probably take this one for Armagh. Peter stealing a few yards there, spotted by the linesman, and he'll have to take it back to the beginning of Milford Bread. Referee Seamus Murray now going over to tell him to stop the messing and take the kicks. Here comes Peter. Kick going in towards Tommy McDermott. Tommy fails to get it clean. It's cleared out anyway eventually to Donegal's Sylvester Maguire. Maguire to Joyce. Joyce, the long ball up towards full forward Brendan Dunleavy. Eventually it goes to Brian McAlinden. Brian McAlinden, his kick nearly blocked down, but he gets it out to Aidan Short. Aidan Short, the fisted pass out to McGurk. McGurk and Declan Boner. McGurk gets it. The long ball going up towards Sean Boner and Joe Kieran. Joe wins the first battle. Joe gets the ball into the space where Des Newton cuts it out, and Des sending it across to the far side to feed Kieran Keeney, and Kieran wins his first battle for possession, and Kieran is taking them on, and Kieran is still taking them on. Will he take the chance? No, he gives it out this side of the field to the Martin McHugh, but Martin does not take the chance, and it's a wide ball again for Donegal, their 3rd wide of the first half. Good play there by Kieran Keeney. Gave it to Martin McHugh when he couldn't take the shot himself, but Martin's kick was high but not accurate enough. The kick will be taken by Brian McAlinden. Coming towards Sylvester Maguire. Sylvester beaten to it there, but it comes down to Anthony Malloy. Anthony Malloy being chased by Neil Smith, getting a good ball into Brendan Dunleavy. Brendan being faced by Thomas Cassidy. Brendan, the left-footed shot, but is it going to be Another 45-metre touched again by an Armagh defender. It looked a dangerous enough dropping ball, and so it'll be a chance for Martin McHugh to give Donegal the lead. On the 45s, making his mark there as he prepares to take this. And once again, Aidan Short deciding now there's no point in staying that close beside him, for the free goes back to about 13 metres. Here comes McHugh on the 45. No, he doesn't lift it enough, but it slips again, and McGurk doing a lot of work early on, clearing that one out. Two Donegal men drop it, block it, and it's a wide ball. So 7 minutes of the game gone, no score yet. Donegal have had the better chances. Brian McAlinden taking another kick out. Up goes left half forward Martin Toy. Martin Toy is fouled there by Eamon Breslin. Referee Seamus Murray going across to speak to Eamon Breslin. Is he going to book Eamon Breslin? No, he's just going to warn Eamon Breslin about that kind of fisted tackle. Leaving the ball to Peter Rafferty, and now this time saying, Peter, will you take your frees from where the fouls happen and stop pestering me all day by stealing yards? And Peter says, okay. Peters is a fine kick. Up goes Paul Grimley there. Another push in the back by one of the Donegal defenders, who have now given away two rather silly fouls. And frees for Armagh, this one on the 45-metre line. And so, heedless frees being given away there. Will he take it short? I think it's Neil Smith going to take this one. This one isn't going over the bar either. Up high fielding there, and Matt Gallagher, I think, eventually trying to get out with it. It was Des Newton. The ball breaking down to McNally and eventually coming to Neil Smith. Neil Smith to Matt Gallagher. Matt Gallagher trying to get round. The tackling fairly hectic there. And it's Joyce, who seems to be rowing all over the place. Joyce McMullen. The long ball into Brendan Dunleavy, broken down by Thomas Cassidy, and then cleared out by Armagh's right half back Brian Canavan. Up goes Sylvester, but only steps it down to Martin Toy. Marty Toy, the long ball in towards the right corner forward. The right corner, Ger Houlihan. Ger Houlihan and Des Newton. Ger still on the ball. Ger takes the shot, and they point. And so Ger Houlihan from the Pearsall Club, noted as well as a fine soccer player, but that time hitting it high and taking the point for Armagh to give Armagh the lead by 1 point to no score after 9 minutes of the first half. Michael Kelly will take the kick out. Coming towards Kieran McGurk, and Kieran in a lot of play in the first minutes of the game. Now Malloy comes to him, but it's still Kieran McGurk, and he has a chance, but the finish is poor and it's gone wide. Probably Armagh's first wide of the game by Kieran McGurk, who made a lot of forward advantage there, but was given a lot of room in which to move. Michael Kelly will probably take the kick out again. He will. Nothing much between the teams so far. Armagh 1 point ahead. And she's coming in between Paul Grimley, and Paul Grimley goes and takes it. He takes a fine shoulder as well. He gets the ball back to Martin McQuillan. McQuillan the long ball. Matt Gallagher will be going up for that one. Des Newton will be going up for it. None of them get it. And it's Ger Houlihan again, and a fine point by Houlihan. Ger Houlihan, the second point. And so Des Newton will be getting a little bit worried. In actual fact, it's just that Ger Houlihan seems to be coming out to the half-forward line, and Des Newton has followed him out. Up they go the far side of the field there, and the ball coming down again to an Armagh man. Eamon Breslin is holding him, and it's a free for Armagh. And again, Seamus Murray says, come, bring it back here. We'll take it where it happened. Seems to be Martin McQuillan who will take it. 2 points for Armagh, no score for Donegal. Both points by Ger Houlihan. Peter Rafferty actually will take it again. The conditions may be a little bit slippy underneath. There was a very, very heavy shower during the minor match. It's now bright and clear in Ballybofey, and it's a good kick by Peter Rafferty. Up goes Sean Boner, Joe Kieran. Joe has got it. Joe turns. Joe takes a point. Big Joe, after 11 minutes, has made it 3 points to 0, and the Armagh forwards seem to be taking advantage of the possession that they're having from midfield. That one was well taken by Joe Kieran, and perhaps a wee suspicion of a wee push on the back at the beginning on Sean Boner, but the point is over. Michael Kelly's kick coming again towards Anthony Malloy and Kieran McGurk. Malloy won this one to Dunleavy. Dunleavy trying to get round Cassidy. He's 3 men now on him, and he's going to lose the ball, and it's Cassidy leaving it to McGurk, and McGurk is everywhere. Kieran McGurk, the long left-footed clearance, is going towards Joe Kiernan and Sean Boner. Joe rides the tackle. Joe's still going, and he's playing soccer with it, and he still has it. Sean Boner paying attention now. Kiernan's kick is going to drop on the 21-metre line, and it drops to Matt Gallagher, who does very coolly to Sean Boner. Sean taking his time and getting the ball to Joyce McMullen, and Joyce forgetting the ball, and in goes Paul Grimley. Paul Grimley gets it inside to Neil Smith. Neil Smith takes the shot from there. Donegal hesitant. Sean Boner gets it out well. Oh no, Corney can't make it. Paul Grimley left all alone. In it goes there, square ball, free out. And Joe Kiernan says he was 5 yards outside the square. He's still pointing it out, but Seamus Murray judged from this distance that it was a square ball. 13 gone, 3-0 for Armagh. Michael Kelly to take the kick. And certainly Armagh looking the better team at this early stage of the game. Kieran Keeney goes, touches it but doesn't quite hold on to it, and it's the Armagh centre half back getting it back eventually to Martin Toy, to Peter Rafferty. Rafferty, the ball inside, that should be Sean Boner's. No, he lets it go, wide ball. Michael Kelly to take the kick. Donegal finding it hard enough to get possession from these kickouts. Kelly with the river fin and the trees behind him. Four masters and keeper. Paul Grimley's going up again. This time it's broken down, but it looks like it's going to come to another Armagh man. Boots flying there. Boots still flying. Eventually it's a Donegal man. It's Malloy. He was fouled after he kicked it, and it's a free for Donegal, and it's going to be down here in front of his man as Boyle has the ball. He will probably take it himself because it's a right footer's kick. He's looking around there. Matt Gallagher's half thinking of coming up, but Manis is going to take it. Manis, the man who scored the points late in the game last week to give Donegal a draw against Kerry, going for his first senior championship points. Manis Boyle from Killybegs, and it doesn't seem to have curled enough. It's gone wide again. Donegal 5 wides, Armagh 3 points. The first quarter of the first 15 minutes of the game, of course it's a 35-minute half, so the first 15 minutes gone. Brian McAlinden to take the kick out. Donegal haven't too much to cheer about so far, but it's a long game. Brian McAlinden will take the kick out. Vinnie Loughran is the other Armagh man in the picture. Martin McQuillan is the Armagh man in the picture now. Martin's kick going down. Can Malloy make it? He can't, but Corny Carr should make it. He hesitates, but he does eventually make it, and out comes Armagh's right half back, Brian Canavan. This should be Des Newton's ball. Des Newton has a man behind him. He gives it to the man behind, who's Sean Boner, and a lot of fumbling early on by Donegal. Sean Boner going back. He has plenty of time. Now Joe Kiernan is paying attention. Sean's kick isn't particularly well aimed. It's Kieran McGurk. Kieran McGurk back to McNally. McNally, the ball up there towards Paul Grimley. Paul Grimley to Aidan Short, and Martin McHugh will be there now. Aidan trying to get round Martin. He gets a kick in to Corney, catches it clear. Corney Carr across towards Declan Boner. Declan Boner breaking it down, but only to Martin McQuillan. Martin McQuillan to Paul Grimley. Paul Grimley is fouled stupidly, and it's a free in on the 14-yard line after the ball was gone. And Jim McConville will take it. The man from Crossmaglen will tap this over to make it 4-0 for Armagh. Four-0 it is. Armagh 4 points, Donegal no score, 16 minutes of the game gone. And I suppose early on in the game, some of these things, like including 5 new men, beginning to show a bit. Sylvester Maguire has gone to centre half forward. Joyce McMullen has gone into the middle of the field. And up goes Malloy, and it comes down to Sylvester and then to Joyce, who picks it off the ground and gets away with it and is still going, and he takes the shot and takes the point. So Joyce perhaps a little bit lucky there to get away with the pickup, but he took the point well, and so the switch you would say has worked immediately anyway, with Joyce at midfield now to try to counter the Armagh dominance there so far in the game. As I said, 5 of these Donegal men have never played senior football championship in Ulster before, and there is a little bit of nervousness and hesitancy. Malloy going up, but it's broken down, and it's broken down to McGurk. McGurk, who is one of the chief destroyers so far. His midfield partner McQuillan. McQuillan still going, chased by Malloy, and across it goes to Tommy McDermott. Out, and it's nearly Martin Toy, but it's Kieran McGurk, and now it's Declan Boner. Declan Boner on the ground, fouled, free for Donegal. Perhaps a wee bit lucky to get that one. That's the way it goes. Eamon Breslin from St. Knowles will take it. St. Knowles seldom indeed represented on county senior teams, and having Eamon Breslin on this team and Packie McGroarty as one of the subs. Eamon will take it. Up goes McNally. McNally breaks it down, and it comes to Joyce. Joyce seeming to make a difference immediately. Joyce still going. He's still going. Peter Rafferty's on him now. Joyce still has it, fumbling, footering, and the ball is coming out eventually to an Armagh man, Kieran McGurk, to Martin McQuillan, to Aidan Short. Aidan Short fumbles. Joyce is on him now. Aidan Short towards this side of the field, and it comes to Paul Grimley. Paul Grimley, 2 Donegal men on him. Sean Boner coming in there. Sean does well to come out with that ball, and Sean's ball is going over towards Kieran, Keeney and Peter Rafferty. Both experienced player. Kieran wins it, gives it back to Declan Boner. He's a man inside, but he opts to go for Dunleavy. Dunleavy doesn't win it, and it comes to McNally. McNally to who? McGurk again. McGurk fouled by Brendan Dunleavy, but the referee says play on, and it's McNally, not good, to Malloy. Malloy wondering what to do with it, getting it up, and well done there, and the ball comes to marching back McHugh to Brendan Dunleavy. Brendan Dunleavy has got men inside him. He's a chance here, and Sylvester Maguire messes it, and he goes for McAlinden, and McAlinden comes out to say don't do that anymore. It was a chance there. Sylvester just didn't get his hands to it, and then charged on, and Brendan McAlinden was anything but happy with the charge. He still wants to talk to Seamus Murray. Seamus Murray says play on. Play on we do. 20 minutes gone. Brian McAlinden to take the kick out. Donegal coming into it a bit more since Joyce went midfield. Kieran Keeney has this ball. Kieran slips on the slippy soil, gets the ball out, but only to an Armagh man, and so often the Armagh man seems to be McGurk. This time it's gone to eventually to Brian Canavan. Brian Canavan, the long ball up, and it breaks to Sean Boner. Sean Boner having an impressive debut debut, but that wasn't a particularly impressive clearance. A line ball from Armagh just outside the 45, or 10 metres outside the 45. And Peter Rafferty goes over again towards his Milford bread. This, of course, is the Donegal Milford. Peter taking the kick. Martin McHugh going up there, a few other people going up there. Malloy gets it. Malloy. I'll cross there to Manus Boyle. Manus in good possession there. Manus across to this side of the field to Sylvester. Sylvester to Declan. Can Declan Boner? Declan taking it, but it's blocked down there by Brian Canavan. It will go out for a line ball or for a 45. It's a line ball, and Manus Boyle will come across to take it. 4 points for Armagh, 1 for Donegal. 21 minutes of the game gone. Manus Boyle from Killybegs will take this line ball virtually on the end line. Brendan Dunleavy is in there. Sylvester Maguire is in there. Martin McHugh is in there. Eventually it's going to come out to Matt Gallagher. Kieran Keeney will be running for it. Peter Rafferty will win that battle. Peter is coming out with it, and his long left-footed relieving clearance will find Jim McConville or Tommy McDermott. Tommy wins it, and it's a line ball for Armagh. Martin Toy is thinking of taking it quickly. Martin does take it, not that quickly, but quick enough to full Donegal men, and again an impetuous sort of action there. Shan Boner clearing the ball away into the next field. Corny Carr giving away the free there on Paul Grimley. And so free kick for Armagh in a pointable position. Jim McConville is going out there, and he says to Neil Smith, I'll take it. Neil says, give it to me quick, but Jim will go for the point. So Jim McConville, one of the 4 Rangers men on this field. Difficult angle. Tommy McDermott takes it, drops it, comes out with it, and makes his way out and sends it again along to the far side of the field. Manus Boyle is going for possession there. 2 Armagh men. It's another Armagh ball. A lot of the play on that far side of the field. Certainly a good day for advertising for the sole advertisers on the far side of McCumhaill Park. Neil Smith takes this one and files Paul Grimley. Paul Grimley's kick going in and going harmlessly wide. Paul being given a fair bit of room by Corny Carr, and the doubts expressed about the Donegal half-back line before the game bearing a little bit of fruition, all right. Michael Kelly will take the kick out. It's coming towards Matt Gallagher and Neil Smith. Neil breaks it down to Corny Carr. Corny loses the ball to Paul Grimley. He's fouled by Paul Grimley. It's a free for Corny. He will leave it to Des Newton. Des, the Roscommon-born player. Brother plays for Roscommon. There was dissent, and so the ball will be brought forward to the 45-metre or beyond the 45-metre line. Paul Grimley not agreeing with the referee's decision at that time. And is going to the far side, and up they go, and it breaks. Peter Rafferty will go back to recover it. Brendan O'Leary making valiant efforts to get to it. Rafferty very cool, getting the ball out and back again to him, and he's fouled, and the referee has blown, though advantage could be given. Good play by Armagh there. Martin McQuillan and Peter Rafferty combining well, and Peter actually rode the tackle eventually, but the referee had blown. This time Brian Canavan will take the free. Donegal crowd pretty quiet here, nothing too much to cheer about, of course, so far. Peter Rafferty now goes over to take the free, as is his wont. Coming towards Paul Grimley, Martin McQuillan. The long ball in there, and it's going to break this time between Shan Boner and Ger Houlihan. The ball has gone out and it's gone wide. And Ger Houlihan, scorer of 2 points, bringing the ball in there and throwing it across to Michael Kelly, who will take the kick out again for Donegal. 4-1 in an unspectacular game so far. And Michael Kelly will take this kick out. Up goes Kieran McGurk. Down goes Kieran McGurk now, and down goes somebody else on top of him. It's Anthony Malloy, and it's a free kick for Armagh. Martin Toy in towards Shan Boner. Shan doing well there, getting the ball out towards the far side to Eamon Breslin. Eamon doesn't hold that one. Another line ball for Armagh on the far side of the field. There's so much of the play over there and so much ball going over the line. There doesn't seem to be any great pattern in Donegal's play out of defence. Perhaps they're under a bit of pressure from the Armagh forward line, but a lot of them seem to be content to kick the ball anywhere. That's a fine kick going in towards 4 of them in there, and it breaks down eventually to the Donegal man coming out with it. Once again is Shan Boner, and once again he kicks. Martin McHugh gets this one and gets the ball inside to Matt Gallagher. Matt doesn't know what to do. Eventually he sends another ball over that line. You're beginning to wonder whether Milford Bread have them paid. John Cunningham is warming up. Whether it's any indication that he's going to come into the game or not is conjecture at this stage, but I suppose people do feel that the half-back line isn't exactly totally comfortable. Peter Rafferty will take the kick. Still, there are only 3 points in it, 4-1. The minor match seemed dead and gone for Donegal, but they came back to snatch a draw. It's early on in this time yet, and they're staying over in that far side of the field. This time it comes to Donegal's left half forward, Martin McHugh. And Martin is soloing up, and Aidan Short is in. No, it's not this time. It's Martin McQuillan, and it's a free for Donegal. McHugh's kick is coming in towards Manus Boyle and Vinnie Loughran. Vinnie down to Peter Rafferty. Peter Rafferty across to Martin McQuillan. Martin McQuillan being marked by Martin McHugh. McQuillan gets the kick in, and oh dear me, Anthony Malloy fumbles, and Armagh have another chance, and it's going right through here to Ger Houlihan. Ger Houlihan has a chance for a goal, and it is a goal! And characteristic slackness by Donegal. Terrible slackness leading to that goal that makes it a real uphill battle. Grimly. They're running a riot in there now, and across comes Tommy McDermott to cool things down. Take it out, try to find a man. Will he find Matt? Matt is fouled, free for Donegal. 1-4 to Armagh, 1 point to Donegal. Matt Gallagher is injured. John Cunningham is in the game. After half an hour, John Cunningham coming in, and Corny Carr is coming off. So a short championship season for Corny Carr, half an hour, and John Cunningham going in now to make his championship debut and mark Paul Grimley. There's McQuillan. McQuillan is fouled. It's a free for Armagh. And I suppose Corny is only one of a number of people who are in a little bit of difficulty. John, of course, John Cunningham, captain of the under-21 team. There's an Armagh man, Peter Rafferty, down injured, and they're going in to pay attention to him. Seamus Murray, the referee, in there. Peter Rafferty seems to be seriously enough injured. He's coming off anyway. Whether it's precautionary, it wouldn't seem to be precautionary. It seems in actual fact that it's the end of Peter Rafferty's good game. The referee coming across here as well to find out who's going in and who's going in. It's Jim McCare. So one experienced man replaces another experienced man. No more experienced man in Ulster football than Jim McCare. So hard luck on Peter Rafferty. Anyway, Kieran McGurk goes on.
the Armagh team.
Oh, what a mighty kick in there. Up they go, and it's tremendously well fielded in there by Anthony Malloy. Anthony getting it out, and it's only to Aidan Short. Aidan Short broken now to Paul Grimley. Paul Grimley still on the ball. He's shaking off people. Goodo. Martin McQuillan. Martin, not too much direction there. Another free in. Another late tackle there. Sylvester Maguire shaking his head, but there's a lot of immature football out there as Jim McConville prepares to give Armagh another point. Jim McConville is leaving it actually to Kieran McGurk. Kieran, one of Armagh's heroes, and Kieran now should make it 1-5-1. Nope. Oh yes, a problem. He swings it wide, too much left, and so the score remains 1-4-0-1. And so far a horrendous start to Tom Conaghan's career as Donegal manager in Ulster Championship football. They're down 1-4 to a point. We've seen very little from them so far in this game. Manus Boyle is trying to lift them a bit now. Manus finds Anthony Malloy. Anthony Malloy's kick is blocked down by the Kieran McGurk. Kieran McGurk doesn't like the late tackle there from Vinnie Loughran. Vinnie seems to have reacted rather late. Seamus Murray now speaks to Anthony Malloy. Vinnie Loughran is down. Anthony O'Neill, the minor referee, is the linesman down there. Seamus Murray. It certainly is true, and it's a little bit of a surprise that, in actual fact, Seamus Murray is not throwing that ball up. In she goes anyway, and Vinnie Loughran is all right. There wasn't much wrong with him. There's Manus Boyle fouling Neil Smith, and the game is disintegrating a bit at this stage, and it's a bit too early for it to do that. 33 minutes gone, two to go in the first half. Thomas Cassidy. Up goes Joyce McMullen, breaks it down to Aidan Short. Matt Gallagher goes wildly in there. There are people going wildly in all over the place. And it's a free kick once again for Armagh, who seem to have that bit more know-how so far in the game. Aidan Short leaving the ball to Kieran McGurk, who's everywhere. Seems to be very committed today. Taking the free to short to Jim McCare. Jim waltzes around Joyce McMullen. Jim going up. Jim, who's played back and forward for Armagh. And Anthony Malloy again drops the ball. And it's a push in the back by John Cunningham. Very, very obvious one. And another free in, as Donegal's day is certainly going very poorly. So this is an easy free this time for Jim McConville after 33 minutes of the first half. Jim should make it 1-5 to a point. Anthony Malloy with his head down there, realising things aren't really going that well for him. Jim McConville takes the kick, and he takes it over the bar, and Armagh increase the lead to 1-5 to a point. And so as we enter the last minute, Matt Gallagher, a difficult ball for Martin McHugh, is adjudged to be fouled by Aidan Short, and Martin taking the ball back. And Donegal would certainly need something in this game at this stage. Aidan Short used to play forwards for Armagh. Sigerson Cup medal in his collection, of course. The kick is good. Up goes Malloy. Malloy breaks it down to himself. Gives it inside to Joyce. Joyce loses it. And oh, a very dangerous kick by Joyce there. Armagh don't like it. Thomas Cassidy's going in there. Manus Boyle is going in there. Joyce is going to be booked there by referee Seamus Murray for a wild tackle, and I suppose deservedly enough so. So Joyce McMullen is booked. The Armagh man is still down. It appears to be Aidan Short. Aidan Machayir. Mas ardwacha Talawincha. Drochliha Mahan Shohig na Connolly. Ardwacha bar on tús agus a bhd níos fearr na Connolly agus ní bheith mar an dócha seagad a tarint leaham an seo. Andy Maga Joe bhuitir go na ngáil. Brian McAlinden will take the kick. It's half a minute to go. And indeed, this could be the half-time whistle coming up very soon. Brian McAlinden will take it. Aidan Short is all right. He's back on Martin McHugh, back on duty. And there goes the half-time whistle. At half-time, it's 1-5 Armagh, 1 point Donegal. And certainly Armagh go in far the happier side. It's not due to any wind or anything that they have the lead, just that they're the better team in the first half. And that's so by a long margin. Tommy McDermott done well in the first half. And certainly Tom Conaghan will have to do a lot of talking, and there'll have to be a lot of changing of attitude and changing of commitment in this second half as Donegal look down at the moment. We are in Fark and Darila Harish. Na Furnia, Erin Fark and Darila out in the middle of the field. McQuillan and McGurk, McMullen and Malloy. And Seamus Murray of Monaghan, one of Ulster's more experienced referees. And so we prepare to begin the second half. It's 1-5 for Armagh, no score, 1 point for Donegal, and Donegal have it all to do. Joyce McMullen begins the fight back. He's fouled. Didn't like it, and it's a free which John Cunningham will take. John's kick going in towards Brendan Dunleavy, but right across to take it there for Armagh's Jim McCurr, and Jim the long ball in towards Shan Boner. Shan coming out. Shan having a good game, but that wasn't a great pass, but Matt Gallagher did well. Matt, the long ball again in towards Dunleavy and Cassidy. Free for Donegal, a chance to put a point on the board. A push in the back on Brendan Dunleavy there by Thomas Cassidy, and so a chance for Martin McHugh perhaps. Manus Boyle perhaps. Manus it seems to be. It's going to be a right footer's kick, and Manus will take it. 23 or 24 metres out. And the angle not too difficult, so it'd be a chance for Martin Manus Boyle to take the point. And he does. So a promising start to the second half for Donegal with this point in the second minute of the game by Manus Boyle after a foul by Thomas Cassidy on Brendan Dunleavy. 1-5-2. And of course one does remember last Sunday Antrim were way ahead of Tyrone, but in those kind of circumstances there was wind as a factor. Seamus Murray is pointing to the watch, saying hurry it on. Brian McAlinden's kick comes now, and it's coming in between Joyce McMullen, who takes it clean, but then he's fouled, and it's another free for Donegal. So Donegal beginning the second half a little bit brighter. Martin McHugh will take this free kick. He had a long one like this at the beginning of the first half where he was unsuccessful. He's going to have another go now. It's a very, very long free. Seamus Murray is going in to talk to somebody in there. Declan Boner seems to have taken a knock. He's talking to his umpire who saw something, and there's going to be an Armagh man booked, and it seems to be Jim McCurr, or maybe they're both being booked. They're both being booked. Declan Boner and Jim McCurr both being booked by the referee for off the ball hassling there as a free was about to be taken. Martin McHugh is going to take the free. Joyce is coming for it short. Sylvester coming for it short. Martin is going to have a pot at it. and it's long, but it's not going to be long enough. Up they go, it breaks down, and it's an Armagh man coming out with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, out it comes towards McQuillan and Malloy. The slippy ball sliding across the surface. Malloy does well. Oh, he's heavily fouled there by Paul Grimley, and that'll be another booking. It is another booking. Paul Grimley is being booked. He doesn't like it. Neither do the Armagh supporters like it. Paul Grimley appealing to the referee that it wasn't a particularly malicious foul. He's still talking, but it's going to be a free kick for Donegal and a booking for Paul Grimley. The referee and himself pat one another. In his favour, one must say that the ground is slippy, and it certainly wasn't a very malicious. The kick is going to be taken by Des Newton of Urris. Des again in towards Brendan Dunleavy. The ball fisted out towards Manus Boyle. Man is going with Vinnie Loughran. Man is getting it out to Sylvester Maguire, and Sylvester's shot is gone wide. More direct approach could have been used at that stage, one felt, with Manus, because these will have to be taken on. Brian McAlinden with the kick out once again. We've got 4 minutes of the second half gone. Armagh are 1-5 to 2 points ahead. Donegal have had the better of the first 5 minutes of the second half, but they have only the 1 point to show for it. And they're going to the far side again, and Joyce is going to break it down, but this time it's only to one of the Armagh men, who sends a long ball towards Smith. Smith gets his hand to it there. Matt Gallagher tries to get his. Neil Smith has it. Neil Smith, the ball inside to Jim McConville. Jim McConville inside to Kieran McGurk, to Jim McConville. Jim McConville and Kieran Keeney. Jim gets round Kieran. He doesn't get round Martin McHugh. He gets the kick in all the same. Sean Boner will go up for that one. Another Donegal man goes up for it. Eamon Breslin will need to get it. Tommy Mack does. Tommy McDermott. Sylvester Maguire going with it with Kieran McNally. Sylvester gets it. He tries to get round Kieran McNally. Kieran is holding him. Sylvester is fouled, and it's a free for Donegal. Gained by Sylvester Maguire there. Fouled by Kieran McNally, who is back from Chicago, of course, for this championship game. The free will be taken by Eamon Breslin. Eamon Breslin from St. Knowles. One of a number of second division players on the Donegal team, and it's Manus Boyle from Killybegs getting that ball out. It's gone over the line, a line ball for Armagh. Certainly Donegal could be doing with a goal to liven this game up. Vinnie Loughran will take it. Vinnie from Katie. It's a game that hasn't really come alive at all so far. And Vinnie deadens it further by getting that ball into touch on the far side. And it's like a rugby match there as they try to find touch over on that far side of the field for a lot of the game. Eamon Breslin again. Brendan Dunleavy's going up, breaking it down, but it only comes to an Armagh man, and Anthony Malloy going for this one. Anthony gets it. This time it's a long relieving clearance up towards Jim McConville. Jim McConville pushes Des Newton in the back, gets away with it. Martin Toy to Kieran McGurk. Kieran still working. Joyce pushes him in the back, free for Armagh. Descent, free for Armagh, nearer the post. This sort of immaturity at this level of football is really something that is a bit disturbing. There's an Armagh man down there at the moment. Joe Kiernan thinks that the umpire should have seen it. Seamus Murray is going in to talk to the umpire. If he has, there could be stern warnings for Donegal's left corner back, Des Newton. And there is. Des Newton is being talked to now by the referee, whether it's a booking or a sending off. Certainly Jim McConville went down there. And it is a booking. The beginning of this movement, of course, saw a push by Jim McConville on Des Newton that the referee slipped. No fault to him. They're still arguing. The referee brought the ball forward because of dissent. Now and he says it's okay. A lot of talking and a lot of messing about, and the main subject of the day being disregarded for a while. Des Newton and Jim McCumhaill are still at it in there. Neil Smith will take this kick eventually. Des Newton is sent off. Des Newton is sent off. Des Newton is sent off. Des Newton has been sent off. It seems a little bit harsh. It would have appeared to me that it was basketball type marking that he was at, that he was moving along with Jim McCumhaill, and so that would seem to be the final nail in the coffin. And so a sad departure for Des Newton. Neil Smith puts a further nail in the coffin. No, he doesn't. It's gone wide. 14 men Donegal against 15 men Armagh. And certainly the final sending off seems to be a little bit harsh. Des Newton really disgusted. But there it is. The kick out comes into the middle of the field. Up they go, and it's coming down now to Eamon Breslin. Eamon Breslin, the long ball inside to Brendan Dunleavy, pushed in the back. And there certainly would seem to be a little bit of a question mark about how near the referee is to the play. Manus Boyle will take the free. It's 1-5 to 2 points. It's nearly 11 minutes gone. It's a poor match. Kieran Keeney has gone back to defence to mark Jim McCumhaill. Manus Boyle sends it over the bar. So Jim McCumhaill now being marked by Kieran Keeney. Donegal operating a 5-man attack at this stage. Well, there's switches all over the place. Tommy McDermott has come away out to mark Ger Houlihan. Armagh not sure where their extra man is or where he should be. It's coming towards Aidan Short. Aidan Short trying to get round Joyce McMullen. Gets a kick inside now, and the extra man beginning to show a bit. Martin McQuillan followed by Anthony Malloy. The ball going across now to Martin Toy, who takes the shot and takes the point. One 6 to 3. Michael Kelly. Kieran McGurk once again, certainly a hot contender for the Man of the Match award. Manus Boyle back for Donegal. Manus coming away with it here now, trying to lift, trying to do something here. He's fouled by Paul Grimley, and it's a free kick for Donegal that will relieve this bout of pressure. Tommy McDermott will take it. 14 men, 6 points down. 23 minutes of the game remaining. Certainly it's a big hill to climb. Tommy McDermott towards Joyce McMullen, grabs it well, then drops it, tries to recover, but it's an Armagh man. McQuillan once again finding touch on that far side of the field, and over across goes Sylvester Maguire to take the line ball for Donegal, getting it back to Eamon Breslin. Eamon Breslin taking the kick in, and Declan Boner won't make that one, and it's another wasted opportunity. The kick out now coming towards Jim McCurr. Jim McCurr. Armagh obviously now with the extra man have a decided advantage. Eamon Breslin breaks that ball down, and it's going to be hard work for Matt, but Matt does well and gets it to Kieran Keeney, now playing in defence. Kieran coming out of defence. Good ball across to John Cunningham. John Cunningham looking around for men. Eventually gets it rather fortuitously, one would feel, to Sylvester Maguire, who takes that point. Donegal's best score of the game after a good inter-passing movement beginning here in defence with Kieran Keeney and carried on with Sylvester Maguire taking it. Take the ball into the middle, says referee Seamus Murray to Brian McAlinden, the kick out after the score to be taken on the 20-metre line in front of the posts. The extra man again, counting an awful lot for these kickouts. Vinnie Loughran getting it now to Jim McCurr. Jim McCurr, the slippy ball eludes him, but he gets it across to the far side. Now Joe Kiernan will have to run, but it's another line ball on the far side of the field. Eamon Breslin once again to Declan Boner. Declan Boner to Eamon Breslin. Donegal's best patch and ways. Into Brendan Dunleavy and Kieran Thomas Cassidy. Cassidy wins it, and his kick is going to be stopped this time by Eamon Breslin from going out. He gets it inside to Tommy McDermott. Tommy McDermott trying to get round two men there, give it to John Cunningham. John going in for Dunleavy. Dunleavy fails to make it. Out come Armagh again. I think it's Brian Canavan. No, it's not. It's Aidan Short. And he leaves the kick to Brian McAlinden, who's now going to be out about 30 metres. And he is, because there's an extra man there, Jim McCurr. Jim McCurr evades Manus Boyle and is coming. Gets past Anthony Malloy to McGurk. Kieran McGurk. Kieran takes the shot. It doesn't have the angle and it's gone wide. There's a sub on the Armagh team. Number 19 is in the game on the Armagh team. Dennis Seeley. Dennis Seeley is on the team, and is it Big Joe Kiernan? No, it's Big Paul Grimley. And so the Armagh supporters applauding Paul Grimley, who did his bit, and now the more elusive Dennis Seeley, who can take more advantage, I suppose, of the situation where they have an extra man. Seeley, of course, another very experienced player.
Substitution on Armagh.
Jim McCurr at the moment is the loose man. Up goes Anthony Malloy, breaks it down, but it only comes to Neil Smith, and Neil Smith is struggling there. He's still going, and that'll be another booking. Another booking probably for Tommy McDermott. It is for Tommy McDermott. And Donegal in a bit of disarray at the moment. Another Armagh sub. McCoy is lining up here. It's nearly the situation where they feel they've the game won and are testing men. Des McCoy will probably be going into the team in a few minutes. This is another point opportunity for Armagh. They lead by 1-6-4. 16 minutes of the game gone. A dreadfully disappointing game for the very big crowd here in Ballybofey. Jim McConville. Father Hegarty being cleared off by referee, and it's over the bar. 1-7-4, 2 goals in it. Jim McConville kicks his third point for Armagh. The full forward line of Houlihan, Kiernan and McConville having done most of the scoring, all of it in actual fact apart from a point by Martin Toy. Michael Kelly, who has done very little wrong. This long kick going towards Anthony Malloy. This time Anthony catches it clean. In towards Brendan Dunleavy. Brendan breaking down to Declan Boner. Take the point, Declan. Declan takes the shot and the point, I think. Yes! Well taken point by Declan Boner. Glimpses here and there that Donegal have a bit more potential than they've shown here. The last 2 points by Declan Boner and Sylvester Maguire, indicators of that fact. The short kick out again, working all the time now with the extra man. Joyce is fouling away at Jim McCurr. Gerben gets a free eventually. And I think Brian McAlinden is going to come out. No, he changes his mind at the last minute. He's not going to come out to take this one. Why would he when they have an extra man out? Cassidy finding Vinnie Loughran. Too many steps. Must have been close, but it's too many steps. Free for Donegal. It's about 50 yards, 55 metres. Martin McHugh, a chance to reduce the arrears. It's 1-7-5. It's only 5 points. What about getting this one? It would be 4. Martin McHugh, yet to score. And yet to score. Up they go, and it's broken down. No, it's not. It's Cassidy clearing it out, and a good ball towards McQuillan. Martin McQuillan, the long ball in towards Joe Kieran. Joe coming and getting it, and going towards the far side again. He's taken on Sean Boner, but again he kicks it over the line on the far side of the field. Yes, rare indeed, with 55 minutes of the game nearly gone, that Martin McHugh is yet to score for Donegal. That kick from Sean Boner goes in, and it's broken down where Neil Smith is fighting for it there. Now it comes to Dennis Seeley. Dennis Seeley towards Joe Kieran and Sean Boner. Sean has done well generally on him. It's another boot going in there. Another free for Armagh. That one conceded by Matt Gallagher, one feels. The hands are out, but afraid it was obvious enough. Armagh discussing who's going to take it. Dennis Seeley, I think, is going to take it. Yes, he is. And oh, it hits the post and comes out, and Kieran Keeney's there to clear it, but it's only coming back to Seeley again. Seeley taking them on, taking the shot, too many steps. Free for Donegal. And so, is there any chance of a rally? Nobody moving yet. John Cunningham to take the kick. Up goes Anthony Malloy, somebody pushes somebody on the back. It's another free for Donegal, and it's another chance for Martin McHugh from more or less the same place as the last one, maybe a little bit nearer the goal, just outside the 45-metre line. A chance for Martin if he can straighten it up a bit, keep it a bit more to the right to narrow the gap to what would only be 4 points. He takes the kick, he keeps it more to the right, but up there goes the full back. Seems to charge out, but he's fouled as he's coming out, and it's a free out. And sterling work there by the Armagh defenders, Tommy Cassidy. Good fielding there. And the short kick working again. Lochran, they're taking good advantage of the extra man, particularly in these situations. Malloy takes it in hand, gives it to Breslin. Breslin trying to find Declan Boner, but Declan will have to work hard to get that. Instead it's Canavan. Brian Canavan is fouled by Brendan Dunleavy. Free out for Armagh. Brendan lifts it up, nothing malicious, just to stop him. The free will be taken short again, presumably by Brian McAlinden to whatever Armagh men, or 2 Armagh men will be free. Free here is Kieran McGurk, all alone on this side. Declan Boner comes on him now. That leaves Jim McCarr free. This time the referee is going to throw it up. In actual fact, he's going to book Brian McAlinden for kicking it away. Brian was waiting for the Armagh man to be free. The referee said you waited too long. He was going to throw it up. Brian McAlinden then kicked the ball in here to the crowd, and now he's being booked for unsportsmanlike conduct, and it'll probably be a free for Donegal now. No, it's still a throw. And it's up between 4 of them, and it's a free for Armagh for somebody putting the hands around the neck. They'll take this one a wee bit quicker, one presumes. Aidan Short will take it from Crossmaglen Rangers. Taking it in there towards Manas Boyle and Joyce McMullen. And it's Ger Houlihan, the goal scorer, the man who killed Donegal early on. There's somebody down. Houlihan still going. Tommy McDermott's on him. He gets the ball across to Martin Toy. Eamon Breslin on him. High, Gary Owen. John Cunningham goes up, breaks it down to Kieran Keeney. Kieran bounced badly for Kieran. Free in. Free in again. 1-7 to 5 points. Still 12 minutes of the game to go. And one can see one or two people making their way towards the exits, probably believing that it's not within Donegal's grasp to win this game. Jim McCare's free is not good, and it's gone wide, and it's a kick out for Donegal. Michael Kelly. Up goes Anthony Malloy, who's doing some good fielding. The long ball down towards Brendan Dunleavy, but Cassidy is having a fine game in there, and Cassidy is coming out. His kick is blocked by Brendan Dunleavy. Martin Toy will probably get that. Brendan Dunleavy fighting for it. It's a free kick once again for Armagh. Brendan Dunleavy, I think, committing the original free by going in there with the boot. Referee Seamus Murray very, very sore today on anybody at all going in with the boot, which is fair play. Brendan Dunleavy doesn't agree with the decision. They're talking to the ref. There's an Armagh man down injured. Oh, it's a disappointing, disintegrating game. Even for the neutral, not just for Donegal people, who obviously will be disheartened by this display. Armagh have played reasonably, but by no means very well. They've played sufficiently well to win this one, but certainly Tyrone or Antrim would probably not be unduly worried seeing this game. Here comes the kick with 10 minutes to go. Joyce breaks the ball down, but very often these balls are not coming to Donegal men. It's another Armagh man, McQuillan, getting the ball back to Kieran McNally. Kieran takes too many steps, and it's a free kick for Donegal. Lot of frees. Not the referee's fault, obviously. Brendan Dunleavy coming out the field a bit to try to switch the pattern of the game. Sylvester Maguire takes a good kick, which hasn't curled enough, and it's another wide. And so it remains 1-7 to 5. 9.5 to go. The short kick out, finding an Armagh man. I think it's Aidan Short, perhaps. The ball coming up towards John Cunningham, breaking it down. John going for it again, getting it across to Joyce McMullen. Joyce McMullen still on the ball. The long ball in again, this time towards Manus Boyle, who's probably moved in. The extra Armagh man is there. He gets the ball out towards Kieran McGurk, their best player, one would feel. Kieran hops it this time, makes a wee bit of a mess of it. He still has it, carries the ball too far. A wee bit unlucky not to have got a free, probably. Martin McHugh has a chance to register again. Martin's third successive one. This time he goes for Manus Boyle short. Manus is pushed in the back. It's a free in for Donegal. 14-yard. Manus himself will probably take the free, and that could reduce the gap to 4 points. Remember, in the minor game, Donegal were 4 down with only 4 or 5 minutes left. In the senior game, they're 4 down. They're 5 down. But this now could reduce it to 4 if Manus Boyle can score his own third point. Martin Toy is coming off. Manus Boyle points the free, and so the score is 1-7 to 6, and we still have 8 minutes of the game left. Desi McCoy is in the game for Armagh. Martin Toy has done his bit, and there's only 4 points in it. Donegal crowd has never really got behind this team either. The ball comes out to the middle of the field where Martin McQuillan is hit, and Martin comes away with the ball, sending it to Aidan Short. Aidan Short towards John Cunningham, gets one hand to it, recovers then and does well, and gives the ball across this side of the field to Brendan Dunleavy. Brendan keeps it in play. He's Declan Boner down there. He sends a ball in towards Manus Boyle. Can Manus take it on the chest? He can't, but he might take it second time. Line ball for Donegal. Donegal playing a wee bit better in the last couple of minutes. The line ball, Declan Boner is going across. Martin McHugh is going to go across, and Martin will take it. 1-7-6. 7 minutes left, plenty of time. Martin McHugh to take the free. The line ball must be about the 20-metre line out of our angle. It's curling in. It comes to a Donegal man who slips. He recovers well. It's Joyce McMullen. Back out now to Brendan Dunleavy. He's got McHugh behind him. Gives it back to McHugh, who might take the shot but doesn't take the point. It's not been Martin's day. At all, at all, at all. Brian McAlinden with the kick out. Armagh men trying to get loose. Six and a half to go. McAlinden's kick coming into Anthony Malloy and two Armagh men, and it's breaking down to a third Armagh man who's fouled as he kicks the ball, and it's a free for Armagh. Kieran McGurk or Jim McCurr will take this. Jim's last one wasn't too good. He was too near that ball. The referee wasn't watching at the time. McCurr takes the kick. It's going to drop into the parallelogram. There's a man in the square. It's a free out. There's been another incident. The linesman here has his flag up. Seamus Murray does see it now, and he's going to come over, and I don't know who's going to be booked now. I think in actual fact he was telling him that the free kick was taken with Jim McCurr too near the ball. Up goes Anthony Malloy, picks it out of the sky, then drops it, then recovers it, then tries to get through, and then is fouled and will now take the free. Seamus Murray will take it back. No, he leaves it. McHugh's long kick, and it's all coming back again. And it's a bit of a yawn. And so Tommy McDermott will take it as we enter the last 5 minutes of the game. It's 1-7-6. And certainly it could never, ever be described as a rip-roaring, tingling championship battle. Away it goes across to an Armagh man. It's Neil Smith getting the ball up towards John Cunningham, who's done reasonably well, losing this ball, however. Anthony Malloy and Ger Houlihan going for it there, and Tommy McDermott. Anthony winning that battle. The referee says it's another free. Anthony won the ball, but the referee says he won so foully, and it's a free-ridden game. And now the crowd's beginning to stream away. 4 minutes left. Up goes number 21, Desi McCoy. He must have been pretty near the square. Wide ball, says somebody. Seemed to be a 50 at first, but Michael Kelly will take the kick out. Very dejected Donegal fans leaving. Hadn't much to cheer about in this game. And Declan Boner is on the ball now. Declan Boner trying to get round his man. He sends a long ball down, but there's 1-2 Armagh men there. Cassidy getting it. Cassidy moving the ball upfield, and it's coming across there. They're playing about with him now. It's Kieran McNally. Kieran McNally loses it, and here comes a heavy tackle on Martin McHugh by Kieran McNally. Martin taking the ball to Brendan Dunleavy. There's room inside. It's a chance. McAlinden did well. It was another chance for Sylvester Maguire, but McAlinden did well. And the kick there coming across, Mansboyle breaking it down, Martin McQuillan, and eventually coming to Jim McCurr. Jim McCurr being chased by Martin McHugh. Jim McCurr still on the ball. Inside now, a good ball to Des Seeley. Des Seeley looking around, looking across, long ball across to Big Joe. Big Joe breaking down to Neil Smith. Neil trying to get inside. Is it a penalty? No, it's not. It could have been. It's a wide ball. 3/4 minutes to go, 1-7 to 6. The minor was a draw, the senior seems to be Armagh's. Michael Kelly, the kick out isn't good this time. It goes inside there to number 13, Ger Houlihan. Ger 1-2 on his score already, gives it across to Neil Smith. Smith takes a chance on the points. And that definitely seals it. If it did take any sealing, it's been sealed for a long time. Number 13, Ger Houlihan is on the ground. Ger, whose early goal was so decisive. A very dejected looking Tom Conaghan. Tom, who put a fair effort in to the Donegal Championship campaign, took a very strict line on discipline and dropped a number of players, and certainly it hasn't gone well. And so the large crowd now drifting away, very disappointed. Kelly's kick coming towards Anthony Malloy, doesn't quite make it. Big Joe is out there, sending the ball into Jim McConville. Jim McConville trying to get round people. He's on the ground. He's still on the ground. He loses the ball, and the ball comes out to Sylvester Maguire. Sylvester Maguire, the long ball down towards Manas Boyle. Manas taking one well on the chest this time. He's gone Declan Boner inside. He's travelling on his own. He's still going on his own. He's still going. He fisted in. Brendan Dunleavy fisted, and it's gone wide. Good run by Manas Boyle. Poor finishing, 30 seconds left. And so Armagh go on to the second round of the semi-final of the championship, having beaten Fermanagh in the first, having beaten Donegal in this one, and they certainly have room for improvement. And the kick coming a long one out towards John Cunningham. John, who did reasonably well, be happy enough with his senior championship debut. And this one is going towards Brendan Dunleavy, who's been roaming outfield, but comes down to Des McCoy, to Jim McConville. Jim McConville inside now to Ger Houlihan. Ger trying to make a final point. It's gone wide. The game is over. We're in injury time, 35 minutes. Seamus Murray will hardly bother adding too much, because Donegal are out of this year's championship. Out first round last year to Down. Out first round this year to Armagh. And there's an Armagh boot going in there, and every time it's gone in, it's punished, even though Donegal had possession. Joyce McMullen, still Joyce, losing the ball, is fouled by Martin McQuillan, and it's certainly been a busy whistling day for Seamus Murray. Nothing terribly dirty in the game, nothing terribly extra robust, more niggly and minor fouling, and that ball taken by Malloy in a point, no, a wide, typical again of Donegal's efforts for the day, the final one going wide. This should be the final whistle now. And so a disappointment for Donegal. And there it is, Armagh are through. Ardwacha hina hocht Donegal no dishe. And so Brendan Dunleavy shaking hands there with referee Seamus Murray. As I said a minute ago, it was a generally sporting match, despite a lot of fouls, despite the sending off, a bit harsh one would have felt, of Des Newton. And so the two teams coming off. For Tom Conaghan, it's a disappointment. For Father Hegarty, it's another Ulster semi-final. And for Donegal players too, it must be dispiriting. Brian McAlinden comforting Martin McHugh there.
Next Tuesday night at the start, and then again on Thursday night at the start.
And so that's the end of the senior championship this year for Donegal. Agus mar sin é fágamid slán agah as Park Ceanmhacúil amálach fé áte bhfuil críthe na gonalach brónach an réitear Seamus Ó Muirí sin Fannacht go mé ahanana mithe tá ardmhatha Fleadhs go dtí cluiche leithcheannis chuige olú an rád na sinseir.